All right, great stuff. So let's get started. So I guess this is all about the new dashboard that we've just launched, right? So if you've logged into Hike in the last couple of hours, you would have seen that your dashboard looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit like this. It's similar-ish to the old one, right? But really, it's changed completely in terms of what you can do with it and the kind of data that you can get. And I just starting off, why do we do this? Other than the old dashboard was a few years old and need updated. Well, you know, there's so much value in having a single place where you can go that has all the main things that you check for, you know, on a daily, weekly basis when it comes to SEO. Now, in Hike at the minute, let's say you want to check your keyword rankings, then you want to look at your traffic, then you want to check out your Google My Business, and then your top actions. You've got to go to each of the individual sections, right? And you have to go to each one. And that's great, the data's there, but it's a pain, right? It's time. And you know, you want everything in one single place that's custom to you as well, right? Where you can look at it, or it's custom to the website, should we say? That's custom to that website, where you can go, okay, everything's there what I want. I can log in at any point during the day, 5 minutes, view all the most important data points that I look for when I'm reviewing the SEO performance of this website, and I'm done. Then I can just leave, right? So it's time and it's just easy. That's essentially why we've updated this dashboard. So instead of just making another dashboard like last time where everything's fixed and you have to just look at whatever we've decided is the most important bits, right? We think this should go at the top. You don't get a choice. Actually, we've made it completely customizable and modular based. So you can build exactly the dashboard that's important for your website. And if you've got multiple websites, like you're an agency client, you can build different dashboards. It's based on a website by website basis. So whatever's important to that client. And you can share it easily, which I'll get through to the end. Yeah, so now let me take you through then. Let me take you through the functionality. So I've told you why building a single dashboard was important to us and why, you know, we think it's going to be important to you guys, yeah, on a day-to-day basis. Now, when you all log in now, there will be a templated dashboard which will have these widgets. So the first thing you'll have is, if you're still new to the platform, you'll have this getting started. This is what we used to have on the platform. You know, if you've just started with Hike, we want you to complete these 4 things, because it then means that you're getting the most use for the platform. So you will still see that, but everything below from this point down is completely customizable, and it will look like this because there is a template, right? So first one, keyword rankings, average keyword ranking, website traffic stats, website visits, domain authority, new backlinks, local keyword rankings. And by the way, these things are scrollable as well. New Google reviews, search views. So one thing you'll notice as well, Google business profile. So for everyone that doesn't know, Google My Business has been rebranded by Hike to Google Business Profile. So it's rebranded by Hike. We haven't rebranded it. Rebranded by Google, that small company Google. They've rebranded it. Let's call it Google Business Profile. So we're going to start now introducing that terminology into the platform. So with Google Business Profile, you can look at search views, map views, etc. And then, like before, you've got the kind of the Hike blog at the bottom where you can find out the latest things that we've done. Right, so all this information you can see just from this. It's wicked. I can see straight away where my keyword rankings are. Sees where they are month on month as well. So at a snapshot, I can log in and quickly see where my keywords are ranking. I can see my average keyword ranking over time, GA stats, Google Search Console stats, backlink stats, all of this. Google My Business, brilliant. But let's say that you wanted to edit this yourself. So let's do it, right? Let's start from scratch. So over here on the right, you have this little button, and then you have 4 options: edit, layout, add widget, my widgets, shareable links. Let's go through them one by one. So edit layout. Once you do that, you go into edit mode. Once you go into edit mode, you can drag and drop, move things around. Also, you can delete. So let's delete everything out and start from scratch. And let's just show you how you can go about building a report. So let's save that. Okay, right. Now let's go back up here and click add widget. Now, to anyone who's used the report builder, you'll be familiar with this type of UI. So each of the widgets you can do come here, and they come within these categories. So actions, you have widgets on actions, widgets on backlinks, keywords, search console, traffic's Google Analytics, competition stats, local, which is Google Business Profile, and custom widgets. So you can build your own custom widget as well. So let's go through and let's start to think about, if you were building a custom dashboard, what would you want first? Now, I always think, first off, keywords, right? You need to be able to log in and see where your keywords are doing. How are they doing? So the one that I think is most important is keyword rankings, and then average ranking. I think that's important as well. So if I close this, I've now got this widget here, keyword ranking. So this is all pulled through from this page here. It shows you your keyword, your current position, the search volume for that keyword, and keyword difficulty. So probably a few weeks ago now, we launched our new keyword ideas page, which pulls through keyword difficulty now. So we've done away with keyword priority and we just had keyword difficulty. So this is really nice, right? So you can scroll down. So for example, DIY SEO software, position 4, previous position was 3, and that's month on month. What we've done is we've grabbed the previous months and compared. So I can go and I can see, okay, doing okay. You know, these keywords, some have gone up, some have gone down, etc. But I can see them immediately without having to go through to the separate page. But if I click the see more button, it will take me through anyway. Average keyword ranking, again, pulled through from the reporting page, just takes all of your keywords, looks at the average number between all of them, and then reports on that. So you can see trends across the website. Okay, great. So I've got my keyword rankings, which I think most important, not more important than website traffic, but it's the means to the end of website traffic. That's what SEO is all about, right? It's getting you ranking for keywords, which should lead to traffic. But saying that, I think the next important thing is traffic. So if we go to traffic, we have all of these stat boxes. So like I said, if you use the report builder, you'll already be quite familiar with these types of widgets you can pull through. I think the most important one's traffic stats. So let's just close and have a look at this. So traffic stats pulls through your visitors from Google Analytics. So that's, visitors, and your bounce rate from Google Analytics, your clicks from Google Search Console, and your impressions from Google Search Console, and then shows you month on month. So I can see immediately how all my keywords are ranking. I can come and go, all right, our traffic's 40% down month on month. Our bounce rate's down 17%. Our clicks are down 27%. Our impressions are down 6.7%. So immediately I can go, right, okay, there's my traffic stats. Without having to go into the reporting bit and without having to go into the report builder and build a report, I've got that. So what else can we add in? So let's go to add widget. Under traffic, sorry, it's got more people just adding. There's other things that we can add. And a nice one is top traffic sources. I like to look at that. And I like to see website visits. Again, you have the ability, right? You can put in top cities, top countries, top devices, top referrers. So if they're important to the website and they're things that you're tracking or your customers tracking, then add them in, because you can then see them. And this dashboard is updated dynamically. Every time you log in, it pulls the data fresh. So it's always the most up-to-date data, which I think is really important to know. So then moving down, so yeah, you go. I've now got traffic sources and I've got website visits as well, which is obviously just a line graph showing how traffic has gone over the previous 30 days. And it's over a 30-day period. Okay, what else can we add in? So let's go to add widget. Now, Search Console, we've got Search Console. The only widget we have for that at the moment is clicks and impressions. We will be building that out. And I guess one thing to mention to all you guys is, just like the report builder, sorry, I still got more people adding. It keeps popping up. I just have to click admit. Just like with the report builder, we'll build out more and more widgets for this over time. And what we really would love is your feedback, right? If you're like, hey, Hike team, one of the things that I really want to see on my dashboard that's really important for me to see every month is this, then we can look at building a widget for that and add it into here. That's how we got feedback for a lot of the widgets on the report builder, was people saying, this is something I always report on, internally or externally. So can you build a widget for it? So really, really important, right? But Search Console, you can do that. Backlinks. Now, there's quite a few you can do on backlinks. Domain authority over time. So this is really nice. I'll just tick that so it adds it. Journalist outreach. Now, within the journalist outreach tool, we crawl both Twitter and Harrow. I think Harrow is probably, I don't know, it depends, but Harrow I really like. And then let's do top backlinks. Now, to close that, let's have a look at what these look like. Okay, domain authority over time. So every month, what Hike does is it grabs all of your backlinks. And then it works out a domain authority score. And hopefully all you guys are aware of what domain authority is. It's kind of a score for how good your website is in terms of the quality and quantity of backlinks. And if you're doing link building, which, a lot of websites will have to do because it's an important part of SEO. And that's why we've built out, these backlink opportunity sections to help you build backlinks. If you're doing link building, essentially what you need to see is that domain authority increase, right? Because if you're building links that are too weak, then great, you're doing link building, but you're not increasing that domain authority. And that domain authority is what's really important, because essentially two websites, right? You versus a competitor, all things being equal, if you've got a lower domain authority than them, they're going to outrank you, because backlinks do matter when it comes to SEO. So what we do is Every month, Hike will do a crawl, grab all your backlinks and check your domain authority score. And then what you want to do is look at that over time. So this actual demo account has only been in for a month or so, right? So we don't have a huge amount of data there. But what it would show is over time, if I had like 3, 4, 5 months worth of data, it would show me whether that domain authority is going up or going down. And that's something that you do want to be checking in on, even if you're not link building, right? Because it might be a case that domain authority drops off because you've lost a link. You've lost a really powerful link, you know, for whatever reason, a blog has removed your website from their page, or there's an industry standard accreditation site that's removed your business and you need to know about it. So that's very important to have on a dashboard. Again, same with top backlinks, right? Top backlinks. Yeah, top backlinks is a good one because you're always going to see where your top backlinks are coming from. That's not going to change very much. Maybe the better widget, which I didn't show you, but we have a widget on new backlinks. So if I click add widget, and let's go back to backlinks, new backlinks. So this might be a better one actually to kind of have on the dashboard, because what it's going to show you is any new backlinks built in the last, found in the last 30 days. So are you acquiring more links over time? So that might be a better one to have in. Obviously, we've only had two backlinks in the last 30 days. But if we were doing some, you know, intensive link building campaign, we'd want to see that more populated. Okay, and then journalist outreach. I'm a huge fan of journalist outreach, which is under here. Such a great way to build links. And I think it's one of the things that we do need to push a little bit more and just educate our customers. So if there's anyone here who's using Hike that hasn't set up journalist outreach, I really, if you can do one thing today, apart from build a custom dashboard, is to go to backlinks and set up journalist outreach, add some keywords in, add in some phrases, because you're going to get your best chance of building backlinks. You know, I hear so many stories from our customers who have, you know, they're a small little business and they responded to something on journalist outreach, and they ended up getting a link on like the Times or BBC or NBC or something like that. It's crazy, right? Like huge domain authority websites they managed to get links on. So really, really powerful. And the good thing about this is you can come here and you can quickly see and you can click through, which is really, really cool. One thing that I haven't actually done, which I think is really important, add widget, because I completely skipped it, is the actions, right? Probably the most important part of Hike almost. Right. When it comes to actions, these are the widgets that you can do. Right, you can see action progress. Tell you what, let's click all of them so then we can see what it looks like. And let's close this. I like this little functionality here, widget added successfully. Just think it looks cool. Right, and then we scroll down. Let's have a look. So the first one here is SEO Action Progress. So really, really simple. Obviously, on the actions page itself, you've got the bar, which shows your progress. Doesn't work so well in a little square like this. So we did it more as a little horseshoe shape, and it shows you how far you are in terms of how many actions you've completed over the month that you've assigned. So you can see here, right? We've completed 3 hours, 50 minutes of SEO actions of the assigned 10 hours. So within the actions, you can tell Hike how many hours, right? So if we'd only set 4 hours as our monthly total that we wanted to do, then it would be like 99%, right? And then I'm like, great, I've completed all my SEO actions. And this is really helpful if you've got multiple team members working on this. So if you're overseeing a team working on a website, whether, you know, it's for your in-house, you know, it's for your own business, or you're an agency, then you can quickly log in and go, how's our action doing? Oh, we're at 38%, but, you know, we're more than a third into the month. You know, we need to do some more actions. We need to focus more on this client and do some SEO work. And it might be because you've assigned too little or too much, but you can see that just there. Other widget that you can have, priority SEO actions. So from your actual actions list, it takes the highest priority actions. What I really like about this is if I open this in a new tab, it takes you, he says, it takes you straight to the action and it opens it up as well, which I think is just really, really cool. So you can click through and go, right, I need to see this one. Don't need to show you again, but I think it's very cool functionality. Takes you to, and it opens it up. So yeah, really simple then to get straight into the action and complete it, right? So really, really cool. And then completed SEO actions. So if you want to see, okay, what are the things that the platforms picked up that you guys have completed recently, it'll pull those through as well. And I think what's really important is all these see more buttons, right? So if you've got a see more button, it'll just take you through to the main section. So yeah, when it comes to actions, which is something that you do want to be checking on every single month, you know, especially the progress and what are the priority actions. You want to go, okay, what is it? Because it could be that the last time Hike crawled your site, it's found something that you didn't even realize like the homepage isn't loading, you know, or there's 404 on a certain page, or whatever it may be, right? Or your keyword's been removed from the keyword title because someone's accidentally added a new one. You want to come in and see it and go, okay, that's something I need to work on right away. So I do think it's really important that you have this on the on any SEO dashboard, whether it's for your own website or someone else's. So let's have a look at some of the other things that you can add. Add widget. Local. Let's go down to the local thing. Now there's loads you can do on local. So obviously this is most relevant for you guys who have a Google, I was going to say Google My Business, but Google Business Profile account and you've connected it to Hike, right? So all these will only work if you've connected your, I'm going to say GMB, your GMB listing to Hike, right? It will only work then. It'll only show it then. When you can add all these, right? So new reviews. That's really cool. Also, if you have multiple locations, you can choose which one you want to do. So I choose that. Oops. So add widget. Let's go here. New reviews. Create. Right, what else should we do? Missing citations. So we know which ones we still need to do. Again, you can choose the address. Press create. Okay. Local keyword rankings. That's a nice one. But then also you've got the insights. So just like if you go at the moment in Hike and you go onto local, you go down to insights, that's essentially the data that Google My Business sends us through, right? That's the reporting data. That's like GA for Google My Business. And within that, it gives you these different things that you can report on. So how many people have searched for your location? How many people have searched for your products? How many people have searched for your company name? How many times has your listing been viewed on the maps? How many times has it been viewed in the searches? How many websites and clicks has it got? Etc. etc. You don't need me to read out every single one. You can all read. But let's do, I think the most important ones for this, if I was building, map views and search views. So map views means how many times has someone gone to Google Maps, whether in the browser or on their phone, and seen your business. So how many views have you had? Search views is how many times has someone been in the main Google search. And you know, like if you search for plumber London, right? And then it shows the map pack and you're within that, that would be search views. That would be views on main Google search. So I think those two are nice to add in. I'll have one of those and let's see, what else should we add in? What else is really good? I mean, phone calls is nice, right? I mean, if you want to see kind of now SEO, what a lot of this focuses on is obviously traffic to the website, which is fantastic. But sometimes you want to see conversions as well, right? And when it comes to GMB, what does a conversion look like? Now, it could be someone goes to your website and then they drop you an email from there, they make a purchase. And okay, Google My Business can't track that. But what you can actually do is see how many people have viewed your Google My Business listing and clicked to phone your business, right? And that's under the phone calls or direction requests if they want to get to your location. So I think that's really cool. I can add phone calls. We probably won't have very many. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, there we go. So let's have a look at these now. So I'm really building out this. You can see this is a huge dashboard. Probably too much that anyone would want to build because you'd spend ages looking at it. But let's keep going. Okay, so new Google reviews. This will show you all the Google reviews you've had in the last 30 days. Now, we've only had 2 in the last 30 days. That's why it doesn't scroll down. But let's say we had 10, it would scroll down. You'd see all of them, right? You can click there anyway to see everything. Missing citations. So which sites do we still need to build citations on? Yeah, a lot. And it scrolls. Okay, local keyword rankings. So very, very similar to the keyword ranking thing at the top. You've got your keyword, your location, where you rank in Google Maps and where you rank in the map pack. And it scrolls as well, so you can see all of those. Here we go. So here's the Google Insights stuff. So map views shows you that over the last 30 days. And then also phone calls. Yeah, we don't get any phone calls. Obviously, we're not really like local service-based business. But you'll see for all of these, what it does is it shows you the location it's specific to. So if you have got multiple locations, then you add the widgets, you'll be able to tell between them by just looking at the location, essentially. Right, what else is there that we haven't had? Right, I want to show you just one more thing. Okay, I haven't looked through competition, but what it does is it does a comparison against you and your competitors, just like it does on the competitor comparison page. Search console. I think the next thing I want to show you is custom widgets. So let me close this because this is a really nice thing to do as well. Obviously, all these widgets are pre-made by Hike, right? You're only using the data that Hike has to put into these widgets. But what you can actually do is build your own widget using HTML. So if I click my widgets, all right, now I click create one. All right, let's say Now, one of the things that we do at Hike, as you guys probably know, is whenever you add a website into the platform, we do something called a strategy review video, where once you've finished onboarding, one of the guys from the team, they'll have a look at what you've done, and they'll look at the keywords you've chosen, the pages you've assigned, the competitors you've added, all of that stuff, and we'll give feedback, like we think you should probably look at these types of keywords, or maybe think about creating a new page for that. Give you feedback on your SEO strategy, because the SEO strategy is what dictates the actions that Hike gives you. So it's really, really important. Now, when we do that, we feed it back in a Loom video. So if you've ever dealt with us guys, you'd have definitely seen the Loom videos. I love using Loom videos. They're such a great way of communicating with customers. Now, let's say that I wanted to have on my dashboard, I'd recorded, a video for a client, and this could be you've recorded a video for a customer, or you've recorded a video for a colleague. You can actually put it straight onto the dashboard. So let me show you how, right? So let's say I called this widget heading SEO strategy video. Still people joining, great stuff. And you can see here, widget content, HTML allowed. So that's the important bit. So if I go back into Loom, this is just an example, by the way. You can put in like YouTube videos, Vimeo videos. You can put in anything that is embeddable, tweets, Google Sheets, loads of SaaS, loads of products you can do, right? So if I click share, right, and then I go to embed, copy embed code. So click the responsive file, copy embed code, right, come back to here, let's paste that into there, click save. Now I can add this in. It's called SEO strategy. Add, close this. Now at the bottom, hope this works. Oh, there we go. Look, it's embedded it straight onto my dashboard. So agency customers, probably best for you guys. If you created a video or anything that you want to show your customers, you can put it straight on their dashboard, right? Really, really, really nice way then to have a custom widget. If you've got specific information that you want to do, it can go straight to them. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything I want to show you, all the types of widgets. Have a play yourself. Like I say, when you log in, you'll have the template already, but have a play yourself, right? Have a look, see what you can do. A couple of the other things, when you edit layouts, this is really nice. I showed it earlier. Let's say you want to move things around. It's all drag and drop, which is really, really cool, right? It's all drag and drop. So you can edit it, save it, delete things, and it saves it. It's always saved on a website by website basis. Things to note. Sorry, I've made some notes here. Everything is half width. So whether it's a custom widget or whatever it may be, everything's half width. So it's that kind of modular style. Please give us feedback. We are going to have more templates coming. So if you want a specific template. The next bit that I want to talk about is mainly for agency users. So white label is a big thing. So if you're a non-agency user, you're a small business, you can just zone out for the next few minutes. If you're an agency user, I think this is going to be really powerful, right, for your customers. So currently, if you had a customer and you wanted to, you share reports with them, maybe monthly, right? Every month you create a report, you give it to them. It takes time. What you might want to do is actually just create for them a custom dashboard like this, right? With all the KPIs that are important for them or you've deemed as important for them, right? And then just give them a link to this so they can log in at any point and the data is completely up to date. Like it's dynamically updated whenever they log in. So they've always got the data there. So it reduces the account management time that you have to spend. And also it's white labeled. So let me show you this. So over here on genericseoagency.com. So this is our example white label customer. So imagine we had a customer called Generic SEO Agency. They've enabled Hike white label, which means that they can host Hike on their own domain. They can add their own logos, all that stuff. And we've built this dashboard for them. Right, what we can do then, if we click here, let's just add a couple more widgets, action progress, priority SEO actions, completed actions. Let's have a look, backlinks, top backlinks, domain authority. Right, let's close it. Let's see. Okay, so it's all in there, right? So this is the dashboard I've created. What I do, click this little button and click shareable link. And a URL has been copied to clipboard. Now, I can share this with the customer. This URL, it requires no login. It'll always stay the same. And you can now share this with the customer. So if, let's say, I was the customer and the agency that were looking after my SEO's generic SEO, they'd share this with me. Then all I need to do is go to this dashboard as a customer at any point, and I can see my keyword rankings, my average keyword ranking, my website traffic stats, my website visits. So suddenly, as an agency, you're giving your customer this amazing dashboard where they have everything they want straight away. They don't have to ring you up and go, where are we ranking for DIY SEO software? Well, you know, get it higher. What's our average keyword ranking? How many visits we got? They've got it straight away, right? And it's all on your white label domain. So no hike. It's just a real nice value add that I think you can share with them. And it's probably better than sharing them access to the whole platform, you know, because sometimes they might not want to look at every single feature, right? But they just want to see a dynamic report, almost a dashboard. So yeah, that's everything. I'm gonna have a swig of water as my throat is very dry. And what I'll do now, I'm gonna jump into the chat and answer questions. So I can see there's a couple of comments already. But yeah, if everyone now, if you're watching, if you're still here and you're watching, feel free to add questions into the chat and I'll start going through them. Okay, good stuff. Okay, all right, where did we get to? Well, we finished talking about weather. Okay, so Michael and Ross Perry, how do you change time period, please? So at the moment, there's no ability to do that. That's something that we'll be looking to do for day 2. At the moment, everything's month on month. So if you're looking at keyword rankings, that's month on month. If you're looking at these website traffic stats, that's month on month. So from a dashboard point of view, it's all month on month. What we will do for a day 2 thing is look at within the settings for each widget, you can kind of choose, or it might be overall. It may be like a little date picker at the top, for example, and you change the date and then all the comparisons will change. But yeah, that's something we'll do. But at the moment, it's month on month data. Okay. Does the dashboard also track Google local services? Does the Google searches under Gmb measure how many times you appeared in search, how many times people are actually searched for your business? So it's a good question. Let's go back over to here. So let's look at the actual widget. Okay, let me add it in. So it was Google searches in search, how many times people search for your business. I believe, let me just get the actual widget, it'll be easy to kind of answer that. So add widget, local. So insights, search views, create. Now, I believe, Wendy, it's every time your Google My Business listing appeared in a Google search page. Now, by Google search page is just literally going to Google and that main like first page of Google results. So it might be, for example, if you're a plumber in London and you rank in the map pack. So let's do it as a live example. Right, plumber London. Now, if I was London plumbers, then I've had a view now, so it's an impression. I've had one impression from Google search, right? So that's there. So that would count as a search view. But also if someone searched for your company name, right? So I guess SEO Letterworth. Let's have a look at this. See our Google business listing just there? That would also count as a search view. So that would be 2 search views. I hope that helps. Okay, so Annabelle, can we customize the dashboard for all clients rather than changing each individual dashboard? So at the moment, no. What we're going to do is give the ability to have a template across your agency. We call it an organization. So let's say, Annabelle, you've got 5 clients in Hike. You want all of those 5 clients to have the exact same custom dashboard that you build. At the moment, you'd have to go into each of the 5 and just build it. I mean, it doesn't take very long, right? As you saw, it probably takes a few minutes. However, what we will do, again, this is a day 2 thing, an agency will be able to have a template that they can just click and apply it across all of their clients, or apply it across 5 of their 6 clients, or whatever it may be, right? So yes, that's not at the moment. You have to do it on a one-by-one basis, but we are going to implement the ability to have a custom dashboard template that you apply across all your websites. Okay, Michael. With us on the white label function, will our clients still have the widget available, or are they fixed by us? They're fixed by you. Yeah, they can't be. So when you do the shareable link, because essentially this is what you'll be doing, you'll be sharing this, you'll see there's no edit functionality here. So yeah, with the shareable link, they can't edit it. They're just given what they're given, whatever you decide to show them. Okay, Kelly Smith, that's fantastic. Cheers, Kelly. I don't know what bit it is, but Mike, okay, that's superb. Thank you very much. Can we amend the CSS on the shareable URL page? Yeah, it just runs off the exact same custom CSS that you have in your white label settings. So what you can do is you can come in here, find out the bits that you want to change. At the moment, it runs off the primary color that you've set and the primary fonts and all the primary variables. So when we launched the, what was it again? Wasn't the actions page? My mind's gone blank. Sorry. When we launched the most recent one and we sent out the new custom CSS template, which I know Michael, Josh did, it included like the main variables, which means moving forward, you won't have to do custom CSS across every single page. They'll all use the same kind of variables. I'm not too technical, but apparently it's much easier. But yes, so they'll use the main variables. So at the moment, it will have your font and everything in there, but you can customize the CSS just using the same custom CSS function. So if Joshua's on the call, then he'll know what I'm talking about. Neftali, can we add this to an iframe? Do you mean this dashboard? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if you can embed it, or if you mean like at the moment you can embed things into a custom widget. You can obviously do that. I don't know in terms of an iframe. Probably the wrong person to ask. But I can always ask the team, Neftali. So if you want to drop us an email, support@hikeseo.co. I'll pass that on to one of the developers, and then they will ask. Let me just make a note of that. Kelly Smith, I had a call that kept me 30 minutes over time. Can we start over? Okay, just kidding. Cheers, Kelly. Jim, Andy, this direct link we can share, so no login needed. If no login needed, how does this comply with GDPR? It's an encrypted link, so everything's encrypted in terms of no one can discover what the URL is. So you only share it with people. In terms of GDPR, it's a great question, Jim. I'll have to speak to developers. Those are the guys that understand all of that stuff. Yeah, so leave that one with me. Angela, how do you add more than one location for Gmb Local, e.g. dentists, multiple physical locations? How do I add each location for Gmb? So how you do that is if I go back to Hike here, you go to local, go to listings manager. Hope I can do this on a demo account. If not, if you go to manage your locations, add location. Yeah, there we go. So that's how you do it, Angela. Go to local listings manager, and then at the top, click on, just show you again, click on manage your locations, which is next to this location box, and then you can add a location there. Okay, there's lots of questions. I'm loving this, guys. Brilliant. I need another swig of my water. It's really dry throat. It's the summer weather we've got. Can't complain. Paul Goodwin. For agency, do we need to log out and back in to update data, or just change client from dropdown? Yeah, I think it should. If you change the client from the dropdown, I think that should be enough to refresh it. I don't know. I'd assume that what it is, but I can ask the guys. So again, let me make a little note of this. Okay, Alex, is it possible to add citation and backlink tasks into Actions? Yes, absolutely. So if you go to Actions, and again, I think this is an underutilized feature, which I really, really like. And I think it's very important, right? If you're going to be sharing a dashboard either internally or with your clients, because you're an agency, then if it's going to have that completed actions, you want to make sure it's showing everything that you're doing. And sometimes some of the work you're doing for clients, right, won't be the stuff that Hike's showing you. It'll be things on top. Like they might ask you, hey, John, can you do a SEO competitor analysis on this website down, this competitor down the road on their website? It's not in Hike, but you have to do it because what they want, right? Then come into here, click add manual action. I'm gonna do this really quickly. Add the action title, add your description, add in your priority level. Doesn't matter too much. Time required. So let's say it took you 2 hours, right? And the client, you want to show the client you're still doing all the work. Click 120 minutes, add action. What happens then, it gets added in as a bespoke action. Great. What you can do now, you can complete that action, and then moving forwards, anywhere that shows completed actions, whether it's that dashboard or in the report builder, it will show that you completed that action. So it's even an action, if it was a citation action or a backlink task, whatever it may be that perhaps Hike hasn't shown, then you can still add it in. Wendy, thank you. So I'm glad I answered that one. Michael, it's because the header is gray on Shareable, white on the actual platform, so logos look different, Andy. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. So you will, I think that's good feedback. Let me speak to the guys about that, but you will be able to customize that in the CSS. Joshua, thumbs up. Jim, thanks, good stuff. Angela, perfect. Giles, in terms of GDPR, thanks, Charles. I would not imagine it being an issue as there's no personal data involved. There's nothing that a specific individual can be identified by. Could be wrong though. Yeah, I think you're right in terms of that. I'm not the right person. Kieran, who's the technical co-founder and leads the devs, he knows loads about that stuff, so I'll just ask him about that. Kelly Smith, on the SEO Action Progress, it shows 0%. Does that mean my VA hasn't done any of the hike recommendations given by hike? That's one possibility of why it might be 0. It might be that they've just refreshed. So they refresh every 30 days, right? So, and that'll be a 30-day rolling from when you signed up to hike or when you added that website into hike. So let's say you added the website into hike on the 24th of February. That means it from the 24th of February to the 23rd of March, you know, you'll have your action. So if you do tasks, it'll do it. But then on the 24th of March, it will refresh and it'll go to 0. So more likely than not, Kelly, given the benefit of the doubt to your VA, it's probably that it's refreshed and they've got a fresh set of actions for them to complete. But you can look in view completed actions and it'll show you all the actions that were completed last month. So you can look at that quite easy. How would you go about sharing the link on white label? So really simple, right, Ross? If you log into your white label instance, so just like I have here on my pretend white label, which is generic SEO agency, go to the client in action. So let's say my client was hike, and then click this little thing here, and then shareable link. That then gives you your URL copy to clipboard, which is this, which you can then send to the customer. Okay, Kelly, I switched. Right, okay. I switched client over. Good stuff. I think we're going to make it in time, but this, again, it's great questions. I'm loving this. I switched the client over to hike from another SEO provider. That's what we like to hear, Kelly. And the domain authority chart shows a dramatic drop in domain authority. How can I fix that? So in terms of domain authority, does it show a drop in hike, or is it that hike's reporting a different number to what your old one was? Because this is an important thing to know. And I don't think it's the SEO industry make it quite complicated, right? So domain authority as a term doesn't really exist, right? So Google used to have something called Pagerank. And what Google used to do is it looked at all the backlinks you had, the quality and the quantity of your backlinks, and it gave you a score out of 10. It was called Pagerank. And they used to do this great thing where they had the Pagerank bar, and you can install it as a Chrome extension. And Google would actually tell you for every website and every page on your website what the PageRank was. It was brilliant. So you could have a look at your competitors and go, okay, they've got a PageRank of 5, and we've got a PageRank of 4, so we need to improve our backlinks. Now, Google basically got rid of that PageRank Chrome extension bar and the ability for you to see PageRank. They still have it as part of their algorithm, right, where they look at the backlinks, but they don't tell us anymore. So what that means is other SEO tools like us, Moz, SEMrush, Ahrefs, all of these guys, right, they have to essentially concoct their own version of domain authority, their own figure, to replace the PageRank that we don't have access to anymore. We still know it's important. Google still uses it, but they don't tell us it. So we have to look at all the backlinks you've got and work out what score. Now, some people, like Moz, for example, now they were the first people to call it domain authority, and it's just kind of stuck, right? But they were actually the people that said domain authority. I think on Majestic, who powers ours, they have like trust flow and citation flow. Ahrefs have like domain rank, all these different things, but domain authority is the term that people generally use, and that's why we use it, because people understand it. Now, because every tool has their own different calculations, it might be that they just had a different calculation which calculated it slightly higher than the way we've done it. So I wouldn't look at the absolute number. What I do is I would compare it against your competitors. Now you can do that in Hike in the competition section, and you'll see what your domain authority of your competitor is compared to yours. And look at it's more of a relative score as opposed to an absolute, because we're not reporting from something from Google. So yeah, that'd be my question, Kelly. I think, did it drop in Hike, or did it drop between the old provider and this one? And have a look at it relevant to your competitors. That's all that really matters. You just want to make sure that it's as good or better than your competitors. Andy, is there any reason that I don't have the ability to have manual actions? Josh has a green button, but it doesn't show on my profile. So the ability to add manual actions will be on the admin. Now, I know, Michael, you would be an admin. I know Josh was added as an admin, but yeah, typically it will be for admins to create that manual action. So let me make a note that I can speak to the guys. Maybe it's the way in which your account is set up currently in the platform. We can have a look at that. Giles, good to go. Thanks for this amazing stuff from Hike as always. Cheers, Giles. Ross Perry, perfect. Thank you so much. Jim, yes, we class comp. Yep, I will have a look at that. Michael, thanks, Andy. Saw it right away. Many thanks. All sorted. I'm just looking at the manual button, mate. Okay, good stuff. Right. I'm whacked. Thank you, guys. This has been a really good session. And, you know, thanks for the feedback. And yeah, Michael, that's something that sorry, Michael's asked a question. Plan to add goals into the dashboard. So goals is something we'll probably look to it's all built around what we do in the report widget, right? Because you build those widgets in the report. We can't just build them into the custom dashboard. So we'll do that. Jim, more water, absolutely. So yeah, we'll look into that, Michael. No worries. On the backlinks report from the competitors, how do we take advantage of that? So if you go into competition, what you do, this compare competitors. This is the best way to look at it, right? Click compare competitors. Actually, why am I doing this? Let me show you it on the dashboard. Should be showing it in the actual widgets. So let's do new widget, add widget. Let me close this. Competition backlinks. Select 2 competitors. Let's do Moz and SEMrush. They both destroy us when it comes to backlinks, but hey, click create, close this. Right, now I've got a widget that shows how our backlinks hike compared to our competitors. So you can see here the link score, which is the domain authority. Ours is 7, there's 10, 10. Citation flow, there's much higher. Trust flow, there's much higher. Number of linking domains. So have a look, see how you compare against your competitors, and then that kind of informs you as to how important backlink building is going to be for the performance really of your website and for your target keywords. Right. Okay. Good stuff. So I think that's everything. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming. It's been a really enjoyable session. As I said, feedback. That that's really so key for us. It's how we refine everything. It's how we improve everything. We try to get it as right as much first time, but sometimes it's just not possible, right? And it's through you guys coming back and going, oh, can you do this? Or this is what I'd like to add. It just makes it better, and it makes it better and better. So please send anything through. We've got live chat on the platform is probably the best way to do it, right? When you log into the platform, you've got live chat at the bottom right corner. Send a message through there. Go, hey team, I think it'd be better if it did this. So yeah, we'd love it if you did that. And thanks everyone for coming. And like I say, I'll drop out an email tomorrow that will have the recording to this. So yeah, hope that's helpful.